Hickok 45 here. Have you ever heard of a BRP-47? Now you have. Yeah. BRP-47 meets the gong and also meets a pumpkin. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show off and go through that pumpkin and hit that 2-liter behind it on the ground. What did I tell you? Wow, that is a skill, isn't it? Let's smoke a little pot while we're at it. Right, man. There's all kinds of targets to shoot at. There's even a red plate over there. Yeah. Let's go over and show you this thing. It just occurred to me smoking a little pot with this thing. Boy, talk about the puns. That's loaded. Small pot, you know, did it and all that on top of everything else. So this is the BRP-47 Blue Ridge Precision Arms is where this comes from. They contacted us and wondered if we'd be interested in shooting one. I said, yeah, we'll just keep it too and send it to the Tennessee Firearms Association for their annual auction. How's that? So that's where this one goes. And I've been shooting it 4 or 5 times, even when I think about it, and it's hard for me. Don't like to think, but it's 7.62 by 39. All right, if it looks like an AR to you, it's sort of an AR, right? And it has an AR bolt. I may not take that out and show you again, but it's an AR bolt, and but it has a side charger. So it's kind of an AR with a side charger, and it's chambered in 7.62 by 39. Takes AK mags, of course. The P mag is designed around the P mag. I have shot at some with some steel mags, and they did okay, 1 or 2 of them one time, I think on the Sunday morning video. And since then, I had some trouble with a couple of them, and so it was hanging up with them. But so far, it's done fine with the magazines it's designed around, the P mag, okay? Now, I like the Circle 10 mags, in all my AKs, and they work great, I think, in every AK I have. I think they fit fine. This is very close tolerances built around that magazine, and the Circle 10 mags, which are great mags, but they're a little bit thicker, the dimensions on them, and so you can actually get them in if you force them, but it's just made for these are tight, and they're a little bit smaller than like the Circle 10s. At least that's been my experience. And they wanted them snug, and they wanted them, they even call themselves Precision. It's in the name of the company, so the correct tolerances on everything. So anyway, those work the best. I put my prism scope on there at Primary Arms. I got a couple of those, and this one's supposedly to move around for situations like this. I always ended up with them on a firearm, and I hate to move them, once I get them sighted in, but that's what that's about. That doesn't come with a firearm, of course. I think these sell for around $14.99. They're not cheap. They're a little bit like an AR-10, as John was saying. They're not like terribly heavy. I think it's 7.2 pounds. Okay, so it's a little bit of a chunk, but not too bad. It's got a heavy barrel, and so that's what you get. And I'll give you some more specs and shoot it some more. I want to thank them for sending it. Great, have something like this, just different. I typically I'm not crazy about, AK, AR hybrids. We've done a couple of them over the years, and there seems to always be something a little quirky about them, and of course that's understandable. Gosh, both of those firearms, the AK and the AR, they're steeped in history. So how many decades? Long time. 50, 60 years or more. And so when someone combines them, even if it works well, it just becomes this weird animal sometimes that is not distasteful to younger people, but it ends up being that way to me. Even though I was on a quest for a while to get some kind of AR chambered in the 7.62 by 39. I like that little cartridge, and I don't know, I've kind of fallen away from that desire. There's so many nice chamberings for the AR now, for one thing. But this one, my point was going to be, long way around the barn. This one feels pretty good. It's kind of simple, and I don't know, it's designed, and I don't know, it's not so bad. You know, I've shot it a fair amount, and it's kind of interesting. Can I shoot a little bit more? Yeah, I got some more ammo on that. Let's see, let's try all these mags. I think after having a little trouble, those, yeah, boy, that one went in nice. Those metal mags. I'm gun shy about guns, right? All right. Well, Pumpkin, you just think you're tough, don't you? How many rounds can you take and still sit there? You have to bring out the fully auto AK, pump him. Doggies. Nice. The old AK round has a little thump to it, doesn't it? That's why we like it. What do you think, Mr. Gong? I thought you'd agree. How about you, bowling pin? I've got to remember not to shoot these close targets. All right. It works. It works. Like an AK, you got the right-handed charging handle, of course. A friend of mine came down the other day, and he was shooting with me, and I brought this out, and he kind of liked it. They was throwing brass at his face if he weren't careful, because he's wrong-handed. But you know, the charger being on that side and everything, you know, was very convenient for him. He kind of liked it. Thought it felt, got the A2 grip. You know, it's got a. This is an in-house proprietary stock or something. It's a little bit loose, and I told them about that. And they said the Magpul stock fits better, and that they were addressing that. So I don't know, on this one it's a little bit loose. Might need some tape around that, or a different stock to slide on it. So you got your flashlighter. It's 7075 T6 billet aluminum. You know, CNC machined out of billets of good aluminum. It's got a free floated barrel. It's a heavy barrel, and it's 1 in 10 twists. It's chromoly. What else? Where's you got your 1913 rail up here? I told you 1 in 10 twists, and like I said, the bolt is an AR bolt, man. It's just all the way through. It's gas, and I mean it's direct impingement. Okay, so it's really mostly AR. You know, you get right down to it. It's kind of an AR. I don't know. You all be the judge. Kind of an AR with a side charger. You know, without the typical charger in a lot of ways. Chambered in 7.62 by 39. With your gas tube, and it is just typical. It's mid-length gas system, and that generally makes them shoot you know, nicely and softly. Anything else about it that you're dying to know about? They fancy themselves being, you know, precision machinists, I guess. There's something about, what they call it on the trigger mechanism, enhanced grind, some kind of grind to where you actually grind the metal to where the grain is in the same direction for a better trigger. You're saying things like that, you know, that sometimes you think I'm a nerd. Well, you know, if you're really into that kind of thing, that might take it to a new level, right? So I mean, I think they try to use the best materials and the best tolerances, and I think it's all done pretty much in-house, and they talk about how they center up the barrel, and they don't worry about some things being mil spec. They try to exceed mil spec, I guess. So I don't know. So anyway, it is what it is, and it feels good. When I first took it out of the box, I pulled the charger band. I thought, oh, nice, it's kind of smooth. You know, it feels good. It feels like quality, right? If that means anything. I just bought another one of these mags. That's a new one with a steel generation 3, 4, 12, whatever. All right, there we go. Yeah, I have to say the P mags do fit. They fit perfectly. The metal mags are a tad loose, and then the Circle 10's a little too tight. you could make them work if you had to. Have I not shot that paper? Let's test. Let's do an accuracy test here. All right. Oh, no, I didn't like that mag. That's a brand new mag. Okay. This is Tula ammo, most of what I'm shooting. And also Alabama holster. Great manufacturer of concealment holsters. Got one or two on me. One of them's not concealed. It has my phone in it. I prefer not to conceal my phone. Is that legal? Open carry? I think. Anyway, we appreciate Alabama holster. All right, so this holster or this magazine has never been used. I just cut it out of the package this morning, I guess. Let's try it again. All right. I've got a bowling pin here. Okay, Pumpkin, you're still standing there laughing at me, aren't you? Oh, a 2-liter. Sweet, sweet. Oh, there's a pin again. So what's the matter, Mag? You just wanted to be a little smarter like on the first round? I don't think that was John overloading it, because I loaded it, and I typically don't do that. With AK mags, they, if you notice that, they're a little different than some ARs. You know, sometimes with ARs, you think you're almost in, it gets tough at the end, or other magazines, especially handgun magazines. AR or AK mags, they just sort of work to the end, then they don't. But so anyway, brand new mag, never used till today. So maybe it just wanted to make sure we're paying attention. Malfunction once there. All right. So anything else I didn't tell you about the thing? I told you about what it costs. They make different levels of it. I noticed on their website. I forget what they call them, but they have a, I don't know, kind of a different color, Cerakoted or some receiver and stuff, and some enhancements that add a couple $100, and they got, I think, a couple of higher levels. This is the base model. Again, BRP-47, yeah, that's what it's called. And they tell me they're coming out with some more chamberings, 300 blackout, 5.56, and what else? 6.5 Grendel, I think, in the future. So, depending on when the future is for you, because you might not see this for a year or 2 years or 3 years. You might be in the 3rd grade right now, and you're not even watching gun videos. So you're finally getting around to it when you're 15, so a few years might have been a few years back that they came out with that. Just wanted to clarify that for you, because I run into a lot of you. Tell me you've been watching since you were 10 or 8 or 5 or 15, and now you're 35, and so making me feel old. So anyway, yeah, pretty. It feels like a nice rifle. Negatives, again, that's stock, kind of loose. What else? Well, occasional malfunction with the metal magazines, and we had one today with that. I don't know. Again, Tula ammo there, some I've had. But it feels like a good one. One thing you might think is a negative, of course, you got the charging handle. When you break it down, that's one reason I didn't do it. I've done it about 5 times. Fumbled with it, and my bolts closed. It is tight tolerances. There we go. With the charging handle has come off to get that out totally, but again, it's just the AR bolt, and it's not hard, but the hard part is getting it back in. I didn't bring out the Allen wrench for it. Just takes an Allen wrench they provide with the firearm, unscrew that, take it out, and then when you put it back in, I discovered it's better if you don't have it all the way forward, because you can't move it as well once you push it all the way forward without the charging handle on it. How's that for brilliant? Like right there, and then get it lined up and put it back on there, and then you're back in business. So just an AR bolt, and so a little tricky getting that back on. If you're mechanically disinclined, okay, like some people are, and I can't think of any other lies that I even know about it, but it's got that big paddle there. I thought that was a little odd at first, but I'll have to say it's kind of convenient. I guess it's not in the way. Doesn't need to be that big probably, but there it is. I was going to quit. That was going to be the last, but I just realized I have a magazine here with a few rounds, so guess what? They're going to get shot. They're going to get shot. Well, I thought it was to be empty. I saved a couple for the pumpkin, I think. He's a tough customer, isn't he? So there you go, BRP-47. There it is. That is it. And you might have interest in something like that. I think there probably are. Obviously, maybe that's why they're making it. But there are people who like an AR chambered in 7.62 by 39, and so there's a market for it. For me, the market's not quite as big. I think the 6.8 SPC, I kind of scratched that itch for me. I got a really nice LWRC and 6.8, and I think I just wanted back in the day, whenever that was, where I got that urge 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. I like ARs, and I thought it'd be cool to have one in a chambering like this. In a 30 caliber intermediate cartridge would be kind of cool. I've always liked the Russian round, as they used to call it, the 7.62 by 39. So anyway, if you have interest in it, there's one of them out there. And I really appreciate y'all watching and coming out to see us this evening. It's a pretty nice evening, and I hope you didn't pick up any ticks or anything. So check yourself carefully, and I'll see you the next time. Life is good.
Oh yeah, that's better. This is a great gun for defense. Oh hey, didn't see you guys there. While I've got you here, I want to remind you of our friends over at Talon Grips and Ballistol. Talon Grips makes grips, can you believe it, for all different types of firearms. You can get rough texture or more of a rubberized texture. Just sticks right on there. Really affordable, really cool option to improve the grip for your handguns or rifles. So please check them out at talongungrips.com. You'll be glad you did. And also Ballistol. Dad has been using Ballistol for many years. It's a cleaner and a lubricant, and it's non-toxic. It works really great, and we're happy to have them on board since it's been a part of our shooting endeavor for a very long time. So go to ballistol.com, talongungrips.com, and also while you're out there, I'm juggling all these things here. Also, while you're on the internet, please do check out our other social media like Hickok45 on Facebook. There's also Hickok45 on Twitter, The Real Hickok45 on Instagram. There's a John_Hickok45 on Instagram where I do some things. There's Hickok45.com. You can find us also on Gunstreamer. So check out all that stuff and then watch more videos.